Hi everybody and welcome to Sandling Junction, and it's October and I just want to let you know what I've been doing during the course of this month. Now actually developing the layout as such, I haven't done that much. So what have I been doing? So what's been going on? Well, I've got to put my hands up and say this is what's been going on. And those of you who watched my earlier video this year will remember how I had built a trolley to go here with the top on it that came the full width out, and that was fine. One of the comments was a very valid one in that video where somebody pointed out that had I left these sections in here each side, let me just pan that round a little further so you can see the whole thing, and left the timbers in each side and just built the table on top, it would have been a perfect size and I wouldn't have had the problems that I had. And that's very, very true. And consequently what's happened is that there were discrepancies in the level, and not only that, I could never quite get the whole thing lined up, and on several occasions here especially it kept catching the rails, and in the end it tore them out of the sleepers and it was too much to try and put them back, and I felt that I just could not enjoy running sessions in that manner, so I had to have a rethink. What I've done is this weekend I ripped the trolley apart and rebuilt this, but this time I've made it only 15 inches wide instead of full 24, and the reason for that loss of 9 inches is because it's a little easier for me to put a back seam type thing here to stop any locos coming off of anything and turning over and going down the back, which was always a worry. And I can then reach over the back to open the door, and also I can leave this up if I want to a lot easier, because it's a lot easier to duck under 15 inches than it is to try and shimmy through 24 inches. Believe it or not, that extra 9 inches means quite a bit of difference. If I want to put it down, I just unconnect it. I'll put two connectors there, one there and one there. And again, that was a comment from another YouTuber that had watched it and said, why don't I put these little joints in? And that's what I'd done. That was a great idea. I don't know why I didn't think of it. The whole thing was started last night, and I've been working on it today, and I've just finished underneath with all the wiring. So there's a new piece of cable underneath, and the new droppers are in, including the little bit over there, because those rails got damaged, so they've been replaced up to the points. Only a short distance, but that's got its own dropper. There are two droppers here and here, where there's one full length of track and a small section. And I didn't break off the track over there. I didn't decide to take that up. Check the points are in the right way. They are. I'm just going to send a train round and see if we have a problem. I hope not. I know there's a gap here too. It's mainly because this whole wall is out of line and it has caused me a problem. So I've done it in such a way that this will just slide out easy. I've made sure that here there's minimal gap and it will just be put in and put out with ease. And I shall wax this and this to make it slide easier. I know good carpenters among you will probably say, you know, you could have done a lot with that. Well, maybe I could have done, but I didn't. I'm not the best carpenter in the world, and I'll admit to that. But so that's the way it is, and I'm happy with the way it will be. this will work until it doesn't. And if it doesn't, then I might get a friend to build me something absolutely pristine. And if that doesn't work, then we're going to end up with a flap and end it and leave it like that. So what have I been doing? Well, I've been doing other projects. One of them you've already seen, which was the J39 weathering. That seemed to have gone down very, very well. And I'm really grateful to all the marvellous comments. Some suggestions, some things I've forgotten. And there will be a little update video to that to come, where I've done a few of the changes, some that I wanted to do, in all fairness, and others that have been suggested that I completely hadn't thought of. So both of those will happen very, very soon. So what else have I been doing? Well, I've been doing some mini projects. One of them is a small diorama, and that will be, I don't know when that will be done actually. I'm working on it, and I've got all the editing to do and sorting all the footage out for that. And the other thing is that there will be a new thing coming out. It's going to be a dedicated video based upon my creation of new mimic boards around Sandling Junction. Now, I've got to say that it wouldn't be happening without the great help from the guys at DCC Concepts. They have certainly helped me so much and held me by the hand, and especially John, who's part of the team. He has worked so hard to help me with diagrams, with all issues related to how to do it, and that help continues. So I just wanted to say roughly what it's about, and just to show you pretty much a sample of one section. Actually, I think it goes that way. Or maybe not, I don't know. No, that way or that way, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, at this stage it doesn't matter. It is upside down. There you go. That way. This actually is one of 4 panels that's going to be made up. There will be boxes made, there will be all the infrastructure underneath, and the wiring will be kept to a minimum, and because you know I don't like wiring, and so all these will have their own boxes, and this one will go over behind this camera, which is on Ashford Station. There'll be another one over there for Sandling Junction. There'll be one this side for Hythe and Sandgate. That won't be made yet. It will be made ready, but it will not be put into place because there is no branch line yet, and the track line for that area has not begun. And also the fiddle yard behind me is a little bit more extensive, and it will have issues in terms of a lot more going on. It's a much bigger panel, and it will have push buttons as well as toggle switches and lights, because there will be 2 NCE mini panels going in, which will conduct not only points individually but also routes. More on that later. I don't want to get into it right now. I just wanted to say that part of what's going on is there behind me there is a diorama under construction, and there is also this here, and together with other weathering projects. So let's put that out the way for a moment. So what else? Well, not a lot really. I've got to finalize what I'm doing with my ADM turntable. So here is the ADM turntable. It's not operational yet, and there is no track to it other than well, it's actually not even the feeder line from the down line or the up or the return to the down line. They're both down lines are not connected. But what I need to do is establish how many rows off of this that I'm actually going to be doing, because what I want to do, if it's possible, is to, instead of having the ADM powered by the conventional box that Alistair puts with his kit, which is fantastic, you just tap in and it does it. What we're trying to see if we can do is to give it that DCC pulse or information via the mimic panel, which I showed you just now, which is kicking around here somewhere. and put this up there, is to have have a set of buttons on each of the roads. This is not the road setup. This is the feeder line from the down, and these are the feeder lines out from the turntable for those needing coal and the coal stays, and also those who want to get onto the down but do not need any fuel. So what I want to do is put these buttons on. As I say, I don't know if it can be done yet. If it can, then between myself, DCC Concepts, I mean John, and the gentleman, I believe his name, Alistair from ADM, hopefully we can make that happen. If it do, it'd be fantastic. Doesn't matter if it's not. It just means to say that the stuff will still work the same way. But each of the roads will be numbered for easy identification to send the turntable around to. And on the system that ADM uses, it is absolutely precise. Even for an idiot like me, when it comes to first putting it in a year ago, absolutely stunning. It did exactly what it said on the table, on the box. And I think I looked at Penn Withers for some other instruction, and got some from that, and fantastic. And I actually managed to put the darn thing in without breaking it. Or at least I don't think I broke it. No, it works. It's good. And you can see where some of the roads were previously. So anyway, any ideas, any thoughts? I've been looking at the structure of the L-cut design engine sheds. Now, I feel that in the garage we're subject to quite a bit of sort of moisture or changes in the way that the moisture content, and I've noticed that because they are, I think, card, they're not quite wood, they're laser cut card, and they're not as robust as maybe cut MDF or ply would be. The problem I've got is over here, and I'm just going to swing the camera gently. Okay, so now we've got a long engine shed, 3-road engine shed. The thing is that it's 400 millimeters long. It was my idea, and the lad from L-cut Creative or L-cut Designs, stunning guy, he really did help me out, but he extended and made these ones longer by my request. Cost me more money, obviously. These are sort of almost or well over twice the normal size of the shed. But I wanted to be able to get very long locos in. I think 360 would do it. And the other two sheds that I got are 360. Now you can see that despite all the care that I've had, that these areas here are warped and moving. And indeed, areas inside here that I've done are fragile. They've got damp and they're just giving way. Now that's got nothing to do with the manufacturer. I mean, it's clearly marked what they are and they do their job. Now I don't know until they're made up whether I'm going to get them in. It may be that I just put a 3-road in the corner going out and then keep something like a 2-road here and a small single shed over there, still getting another 3 locos in, and then having these open roads or exposed outside roads. Forget the different levels of track, they're just odd bits that I've cut off, but they'll be put into shape and to look like they should do. So I've really got to look at that. I may sell the other 2 that are yet unmade, keeping the one and cutting it down and seeing what I can make from it. If I can, I might well make the other 2 that I have shorter so they fit in the space nicely. But I've got to decide how many roads that are coming off, because we're going to be trying to make each road a push button on that very mimic board you just saw. So that is like a prototype. There will be more. But we will get all the buttons right and all the switches right eventually. And yeah. I'm looking forward to it because it will make so much more automation than trying to do it all off of a NC Pro Cab or Power Cab. So I'm rambling, aren't I? I do apologise. There is not much to tell. That's probably why I'm rambling. So you must excuse the lack of build that's gone on at Sandling Junction this month. I've been very busy on my other YouTube channel and my Patreon channel, which is for painting and art tuition. So that has taken an awful lot of my time up this month. But I did want to just say that the table was replaced. That's working fine, and I'm running trains almost every day, and I can duck underneath it and out of the door and back in again with quite a bit of ease. I don't know if I'll be doing that in a few years from now, but certainly for the moment it works. And I actually want to put a question out there to everybody as well, and cast your thoughts on it. Now I've got approximately a 6-inch drop, which is coming from Sandling Junction on one side of the layout, coming all the way around the other side and down behind me here to the final terminus at Sandgate. So it's a 6-inch drop, and they'll be sort of coming down about 3 inches halfway round, and it's over about 20 odd feet, I think. So it's a really good long, slow, less than 2 or about 2%, 2 point something percent. It's not a lot. Question: do I build this? I've got it set up to build it as open, and the idea with that is that I can then just put pieces of timber up and then lay the 1/2-inch panel all the way through and get the grade right. Or what looks simpler and more interesting, and I think I saw Charlie doing it on Chadwick very recently, and that is to use the Woodland Scenics polystyrene grades, the 2% grades or what have you. What are your thoughts on those? What do you think, and which way would you go? I can probably do either, although I think the polystyrene may well be the easier way, just to make sure everything's set as it should do. So I'll leave that one with you. I'm going to leave that now. I'm going to stop right there. Probably do a little bit of a running session. That may well be all we've got for this month. So bear with that. I am working on all the other bits and pieces that I have been speaking about, and there will be other videos coming out soon. I've just uploaded a small portion of the Folkestone Model Railway Club annual show. I had to apologise to the guys because I messed up with one day's footage, which was, I have to say, the majority of the footage. So forgive me for that, everybody. But I enjoyed it, and those there I know enjoyed it. And I actually met a few people that follow me on my YouTube channel and are subscribers. So it was great meeting you guys, and that's fantastic. Thank you for tapping me on the shoulder. And yeah, what else? Oh yeah, better not forget. Thank you everybody for the support that you've given my channel. We are over 2,000 subscribers now and climbing. And when I started this, actually I thought about taking No Name Junction down back in last November, and it was actually come over the Christmas weeks that my son and I started to lay the floor in here, and then very soon in January I was building all the tables that were needed to build Sandling Junction. So that the climb has been pretty phenomenal in under a year, and I just want to thank each and every one of you for subscribing, watching, commenting, and if you share my videos, thank you very much for that too, if you share them, and liking. And it's showing me that I'm doing something that people are interested in, and I will continue to do that, and I will not lose out on the build. The build will always be covered in my monthly or bi-monthly or however many we get done. But I also want to diversify a little bit. Now I've got the build really going, I want to allow more time to do videos on dioramas and scenery and weathering, not just locos and diesels, but also rolling stock and even buildings and things. All of that sort of stuff will come into play. I don't know how many I'll get done, but that's really where a great deal of my interest is sort of tied up in as an artist. I'm not an electric. I don't do electrics. You all know that. Maintenance of locos, I'm slowly learning, but I've got a long way to go, and I really don't do very well. And believe it or not, I'm so ham-fisted that I only touch a loco and something falls off. I can't believe it. And I can't blame any particular manufacturer. They're all as bad. They're so detailed, these locos, that you touch them and something falls off. Well, at least when I touch them, something falls off. So I've got a very kind friend who's taken me under his wing since I started, and he tends to be on permanent call. He's the local club's loco doctor, and fortunately for me, he's really kind and lives up the road, and he doesn't seem to tire of my constant phone calls. I've broken this, can you make that go again? So on that score, he does try and teach me. I just think when it comes to that sort of thing, I'm not very good. But when it comes to all the other stuff, yes, I'm still learning about modeling. I'm still learning about scenery, dioramas, weathering, all these things I'm learning. But I'm a quick study, and I absolutely thoroughly enjoy doing that sort of work. So watch my channel in the future. There's going to be pretty broad mix on both of those things, not just the build of Sandling Junction, but also all this other stuff that is really crucial to making a really decent job of a model rail layout. And there are many out there that do it far, far better than I do. So I'm not saying that I'm going to be setting the world alight when it comes to greatness, when it comes to all these things, but I'm just going to be doing it my way, and I'll show you what I do, and I hope you get something from it. Now I really am rambling, because I think this should have been a very quick update, and it's turning into a flipping monologue, so I do apologise. But yeah, enough of that. I'm just going to end up with a bit of running, as I said earlier, 20 minutes ago. Any ideas you've got on the turntable, put them in below. You know the way. Comment and I'll always answer them. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all soon in a new video, of which I don't know which one it's going to be, but it'll be soon. All the best for now, guys. Happy modelling. Hope your trains run well. Take care. Bye bye. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you've enjoyed this, please hit the like button and add your comments. They'll be very welcome and always answered. And if you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button now. And for your information, there's another video there and another video there. All the best. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye bye for now. Bye.